Hey there folks, and welcome to Europa Universalis 4 with Mare Nostrum. So this is release day, actually release night. Just picked up Mare Nostrum and I didn't have the Cossack, so I grabbed that too. So we're all caught up in terms of the expansion DLCs. So I've looked over the patch notes. I wouldn't say I've pored over them necessarily. And I'm not really 100% sure. There have just been so many changes, right? There's so many things that they've changed in the game. Things that expansions added in, things that the patches changed, because again, this is a patch 1.16 hit today as well. I'll put a link to the patch notes in the description in case you haven't seen them yet. If you'd rather have them in video form, there are definitely other videos on YouTube that have people going over them. I would suggest you check out Arumba's, because that's the one I watched. But yeah, so Mare Nostrum, as you would imagine, does a lot for naval stuff. I mean, the Mediterranean here is the Mare Nostrum. So we probably... It also deals with merchant republics, so that would also kind of lead us to want to take on a merchant republic. So maybe someone like... I mean, Genoa's an option because there's a lot of naval stuff going on there. I mean, we're all the way from Crimea over to Italy here. They've also done some things with the Berbers, like Morocco, Tlemcen, Tunis, the Barbary nations. These guys can raid for slaves, which is a kind of cool mechanic we could make use of. Or we could go with someone like Ragusa. Take advantage of the merchant republics and the new trade leagues. Maybe we'd rather go for maybe Venice. And again, this is a republic. They've also changed some of the ways merchant republics work and how they interact with other nations, as well as your own. Yeah, I haven't played as Venice before. Obviously, we're going to have... we have a number of holdings. We're all out here in Crete. We're gonna have problems, but again, we could either try to annex Ragusa, or we could try to band with Ragusa and some of the other republics. I could also... I guess Venice wouldn't be a bad choice. They've added in I'm pretty sure it's an achievement with this patch, for forming the Roman Empire. Not the Holy Roman Empire, the Roman Empire. Like the huge whole thing. I don't know, I haven't looked up the exact terms for it, but we could go for that. I mean, you have to own Rome, of course, and a bunch of other land. I guess Venice would kind of fit into that. Yeah, there's nothing else that's really calling out to me. I mean, they've also done some changes, like with France. I think they increased some of their base tax, so France is a little bit stronger. They actually did get nerfed in the last patch, so I guess we can't really argue too much. Yeah, let's set up Venice. Sure. No, let's turn on Iron Man. And yeah, let's get in. Venice. If I can type, Venice LP. Lego. So, I guess we're going to be doing some just kind of figuring out new mechanics. But I'm not 100% sure on what actual end goal I want to go for. Let's see. Missions. I don't guess. Yeah, we can form the Italian nation. And then I assume from there we can form Rome? I don't know if that's really what we want to do, but it's a thing we can do. We can become a theocracy. Right, because none of this is actually about Rome, new... Conquer Cyprus, right. Solidify our papal relations, yeah, improve our prestige. Sure, sure. Alright, so we don't currently have anything going on with the estates. Alright, so let's take a look at... Because I think some of these screens have changed around a little bit. We start off with diplomatic power being boosted. Oh, that reminds me, I'm pretty sure, yeah, in the patch notes they've added the ability to exchange diplomatic power for mercantilism, as I understand it. There's also corruption in the game now, which is a loss of ducats. Yeah, and religious unity is one of the ways to pile up corruption. Does it give us a full breakdown here? Yeah, due to unbalanced research, high government rank, and high levels of mercantilism. Okay, mercantilism. Pooperation. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Alright, so currently we are spending some amount, presumably? Yeah, here, root out corruption. We're spending... We're spending ducats to deal with corruption. So that seems poor. So if we bottom this out, right, we'll make a lot more. But we'll also have to deal with this corruption. I mean, I think I'd rather have the money for now. Corruption is growing. Left unchecked, high corruption can ruin your country. I bet. Trade-wise, yeah, things seem fine. Yeah, we're Western. So they've changed up some of the ideas. Most particularly, espionage is done differently. Actually, the whole sort of espionage thing is done differently. So, Austria's currently pleased with us. They like us. Note, covert actions? Yeah, so this is all sort of changed. Yeah. The whole thing is different now. So, you have to build a spy network before you can do covert actions. And these covert actions require an amount of sort of spy points to have accrued, and it's 1.5. You gain 1.5 per month, I believe it is. So yeah, so fabricating a claim isn't that big of a deal. But what this means is fabricating a claim doesn't actually take up like a whole year anymore, and it doesn't take up a diplomat anymore. So that's kind of cool. You do have to spend a diplomat though to build your spy network. So, God, I don't think we're going to be dealing negatively, antagonistically with Austria anytime soon. Alright, so this is the Pope, right? So they hate the Pope, Poland, and the Ottoman. We're not particularly pleased with the Ottoman either, and oh boy, do they hate us. Yeah, do. They do not like us. They undig us. Alright. Well, I guess in that case, we can probably consider rivaling the Ottomans. Are they an option? They are. Alright, so we could do that to make Austria like us a little bit better. We could become best buds. Use Austria against our enemies? Oh, I like the sound of that. Hungary, do you hate us? You have us rivaled. Okay, well, we'll probably rival you back. Who hates you? Bohemia and Wallachia. I don't think Wallachia is going to be much use to us. Tolerated heretics. Yeah, I don't think we can do much there. Although, no, having them as a buffer against the Ottomans isn't going to be an issue. We're more... I mean, as long as navally we're okay, I think we'll be fine. Yeah, I don't necessarily want to get, like, Bosnia or Serbia on our side because I don't want the Ottomans smashing them to get to us. I would rather have someone like... I mean, can we get Austria and Bohemia? Do they hate each other? They don't. I mean, that would be a pretty decent power block we'd have here. Right. Rival the Ottomans, rival Hungary. Who else hates us? Denmark. Denmark? Really? Really? Hungary and Burgundy? Burgundy hates us? How very interesting. How incredibly interesting. France? Would you like to be friends? Alright, I kind of like that. Do I really want to rival Burgundy, though? Like, I'm not concerned about rivaling Denmark back. Is there anyone nearby we would rather rival? The problem with a lot of our neighbors is this thing, that they're in the Empire. Alright, let's take a look at... I don't think I have Imperial map mode set there. Imperial map mode. Yeah. Everyone around us but the Pope, basically. Oh, and Urbino is in the Empire. And we can't rival, like, Ragusa, right? No, we can't. We can rival the Mamluks, but that doesn't really seem conducive to anything. Yeah, they're hated by Kara and the Thames. Yeah, I don't think that's at all relevant. Fair. Alright, so let's set the Ottomans. Not Austria, Hungary. There we go. And yeah, I guess Burgundy. Because if we can secure a power block here where we have Austria, Bohemia, and France, then we should be pretty safe on the mainland here. And we can sort of focus, we can focus our attention on sort of naval things and going after the Ottomans. Well, at least going after the other holdings in the Mediterranean here. I wonder, doo-ba-doo, who wrote the Book of Love? No, wonder if we could sneak these Byzantine holdings at some point. I guess it really depends on what the Ottomans do. If the Ottomans, focus on other things, we could definitely try to take these. I wouldn't really necessarily think we could get Constantinople, but maybe, maybe Achaia? And Morea. Alright. Now that I've gone through all that rigmarole. Okay, let's also look here. Bohemia is a state. That's right. Another thing to keep in mind is there's a limit to how much you can expand in the game now and have everything be your core, be minimally autonomous. So before, as long as there was a land bridge to your capital, You could have, like, everything could be part of your empire. God, what's the easiest way to describe this? Okay, like playing as the Ottomans. Okay, if you're here and you're like this, if you were to come down here, take your boat, and take over Bardia, this would be distant overseas because it's in a different continent than your capital. God, don't even have to go that far. Terrabalus, if you didn't grab Antioch first, or if you still had these little guys in between, Terrabalus would be distant overseas because it's in Asia and your capital is in Europe. That's not the case anymore. Now you have a limit of how many states you can have. States being... Where? Areas, I believe, is what we're looking at. So, like, this area is a state, and you can have X amount of states. I believe the starting off is 15. It goes up as you go up in technology. There's some, I believe, some ideas you can take that can make that a little bit better, a little bit larger. But yeah, so that is something to keep in mind. It's a difference they have made. So what it boils down to is, if you've got your 15 states, you know, and that's in this area, then if you start taking over, you know, different parts of Germany or whatever, even if it's in Europe, even if it's connected directly to your capital, it may have to be distant overseas, because you don't have the admin power, the administrative infrastructure to have that be a direct part of your nation. You do get the coring cost discount though, so that's pretty cool. It does, when you take over places, you do have a little bit of a disconnect between, or a little bit of a choice between whether you want to get full value of that land or you want to be able to core that land cheaper. So that does add a nice little play there. Would you accept an ally? Right, trade league members may only have one province. Right. So the leader of a trade league can have multiple provinces. Although there are diminishing returns as a merchant republic. The larger you get at over a certain threshold, which I don't remember right offhand, it's not very big. It may be like 10 provinces. You start getting malices. But the member leagues of the member states of the trade league have to be one province minors. So we could add Ragusa, but we couldn't add Genoa, and so on. But yes, let's get ourselves an alliance with Austria, who, right, doesn't hate France. You must wait a day until you can offer another alliance. Fair enough. Oh, we're on speed 1. Right. And I'm sorry that first day took so long, but it is a new patch. And there is a lot going on. And we haven't even looked at our boats yet. Our boats or our troops or anything. So here we have our transports. Yeah, we've just got the whole Navy piled up here together. And let's see. Right, so obviously this is Mare Nostrum. They have worked a lot on naval stuff. So we can select different missions that we can send our boats on. We can also select things like a repair threshold. So we can select when our boats go into to repair. I'm not entirely sure. Right, we see here we have any damage, slightly damaged. This doesn't exactly tell us the threshold. I didn't look it up, but hey, we'll leave it at default for now, or we can go here and select an actual mission. So we can hunt enemy fleets, which is obviously very cool. Blockade enemy ports, which is super useful. Holy crap. So you can select blockade enemy ports. Your boats will automatically fan out at like however many they need to blockade all the enemy's ports, and then if any of them get attacked, they'll collapse back in on that attacked unit, and then once the fight is over, assuming you win, they'll spread back out and blockade again. It's amazing. Intercept enemy fleets, hunt pirates, privateer, all this. We'll just put them on protect trade in the Venetian node. We've only got 45% holding. Sure. Sure. As for our troops, I don't think we gain anything by staying in Venezia, so let's get out of there. Right, conversions. Sure. Naval race versus the Ottomans. I mean, we have to have a better navy than the Ottomans. That is not a choice. So we may just take this. Morale of navies. National sailors modifier. Ooh, okay. And yearly trade, or yearly navy tradition, rather. Yes, all that sounds pretty good. Got unrest in Euboea and Crete. Big surprise. Yeah, that's another thing. Sailors! You actually have sailors now. You need people to man your boats. If you lose hull on your boats, right? You've got 100% hull now. As you lose hull, you lose sailors. You lose naval manpower, which is kind of cool, but as it turns out, at least again, this is something I heard from Aruba. I haven't tested this out myself. If you use the handy dandy mothball feature, which most of us have used, why am I forgetting where mothball is all of a sudden? There we go. Of course. Which automatically reduces the hull on the ship and the maintenance modifier. You kill those sailors. The naval manpower just goes away. Because it takes hull damage and you lose that many sailors, and you will need to replace them when you unmothball it, but you will lose the actual sailors who were there then. So be a little bit careful with your mothballing. Like if you expect to go to war pretty soon right afterwards, it may be better to just pay the maintenance for the couple of months or year or whatever. Just keep that in mind. Alright, let's grab ourselves some advisors. I'm going to assume we're making, yeah, if we can get a trade guy, that would be great. Let's see what we've got here. National tax, sure. Please do. Trade. Level 2. Yeah, for like part of a ducat, that's probably not good enough. Increased diplomatic reputation probably isn't bad, and okay, yeah, I like land maintenance. It's pretty nice. Do I want to change my national focus? I mean, probably. Boy, our Doge is not bad at all. Such balance. Many points. Wow. Anyway. Yeah, I think I like where we are. Pretty much there. As far as... So that's in Vienna, Alexandria, and Ragusa. I don't think there's a better setup, really. Not exactly. Alright, fair enough. I guess I could try to pull from... No, we don't have enough power in Constantinople to worry about it. Alright, fair enough. Spend another day. Bohemia? I mean, is that who I want? Opinion said us. would I rather have someone else? I mean, we could grab, like, Bosnia. Doesn't seem especially great, though. I do think Bohemia is just what we're going to do for now, if possible. No, they've got a neutral attitude towards us. Fair enough. Well, we'll improve relations up there. Alternatively, I could just leave that slot empty. Alright, we're guaranteeing the knights. Fair. Fair. I did not actually pay attention to that. I knew we had Naxos. I forgot about Corfu. Huh. Interesting. How are we doing opinion-wise with our two vassals, then? 85. And come on, Naxos. 85. When can we start integrating? Okay, 10 years, so we don't have to worry about improving their relations currently. France views Venice as a valuable ally. I have fooled you all. Yeah, in that case, I'm just going to focus on consolidating what we've got here now. Do I want to deal with Hungary? Yeah. Yeah, let's start building a spy network in Hungary. Okay. They will increase the size of our spy network by 1.67 each month. While our agent is active and the spy network is larger than 25, there is a 2.09% risk of discovery each month. If we are discovered, it will damage relations with the target country, reduce the size of our network, and prevent us from further growing it for a while. But it won't give us aggressive expansion? Also, network is larger than 25, so if we just keep getting claims, we don't have to let it go over 25. Cool. Alright, well, yeah, confirm. Let's go about doing that. Let's go up to speed 3. Yeah, we're over on diplomatic relations, but I don't really want to give up Austria or France. Do I care about the knights? I mean, if we're not guaranteeing their independence, they're going to be gobbled up by one of these two nice gentlemen. Ooh, we could invite to a trade league. Huh. Alright, let's go ahead and do this naval race thing. Where are we at currently in terms of boats? Not that many. No, we're at 22. Yeah, so that won't be too terribly hard to do. Sure, we'll grab that, and let's go ahead and start up probably a galley. One there, and sure, we'll grab another one there. Let's just go ahead and galley on up to the force limit, shall we? How many cogs do we have? Yeah, 11, 4, yes, yes. I like going up to 9. Sweet. Alright folks, well, we haven't really gotten too far, but I think we're about ready to start actually getting into the gameplay. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next episode, where hopefully things will actually happen. Cheers.